Football legends such as Tim Cahill, Gary Lineker and Martin Keown once praised the rising talent Ross Barkley, projecting that he would be one of the best players ever in the country and comparing him to the likes of Paul Gascoigne and Michael Ballack. These comments were made during the 2013-14 season when the Premier League and its fans were introduced to Barkley while he played at his boyhood club Everton. Barkley started the season by scoring on the opening day of the Premier League and winning the Man of the Match performance. His performances did not let up, a highlight being against Arsenal where he dominated the midfield and scored a last-minute free kick against Swansea, securing the Man of the Match award as well as 3 points for Everton. Roy Hodgson, the English manager at the time, was also aware of young Barkley's talents and called him up to the England first team, playing him in the last 20 minutes of 2 international friendlies, which they lost both of. After fracturing his toe in mid-January, Barkley kept impressing the league, scoring a further 3 goals as well as earning himself 2 assists, one of those goals being voted as Everton's goal of the season, where he scored a spectacular goal against the champions of that year, Manchester City. Barkley, amongst other Everton players, is also credited with helping Everton finish 5th in the league that season, qualifying Everton for the Europa League group stages. And on top of all that, Barkley was shortlisted for the PFA Young Player of the Year award, officially breaking through into stardom. Additionally, Hodgson included Barkley in the 2014 World Cup squad, having grabbed an assist for England in a friendly against Ecuador. Although Barkley did play in all games at the World Cup, England did not win a single game in Brazil and boarded the plane home after the group stages. Although second season syndrome is seen as a myth, Barkley made it hard to doubt. With a ligament injury, he was only able to start the 14-15 season in October, which may have impacted his entire game, as he wasn't the same as he was last season, scoring a total of 2 goals and only achieving 3 assists, his performance underwhelming. Even in the Europa League, Everton crashed out in the last 16 against Dynamo Kiev, who pulled off a historic 5-2 comeback against the Toffees. His poor form was also visible throughout Everton's overall performance, finishing 11th in the league. With a season to forget, Barkley started to shine again in the 15-16 season. Scoring twice and assisting once in his first 2 league games, the confidence of Barkley was back, becoming Everton's second highest goal scorer with 12 goals, as well as sharing first place for most assists, tallying 11. His skill set had returned, playing mostly attacking football for the Toffees and defenders being afraid of the 2-footed bowler. His form also earned him a call up to the Euro 2016 England squad, but sadly was benched every game, even when England got knocked out in the last 16 against Iceland. During that summer on the bench in France, he also found himself in a lot of transfer rumours with big clubs who were looking to sign the new prodigy of Everton. Man City, Man United and Chelsea were all interested, even though Everton had not moved in the league, missing out on playing European again. In the 16-17 season, Barkley's performances were not consistent again, scoring a total of 6 goals and achieving only 9 assists, mostly due to the lack of confidence once again. Throughout the season he was in transfer rumours with Chelsea and Tottenham, fans sure that he will be leaving. The only question however was, when? Having missed the entire first half of the 17-18 season due to a long-term hamstring injury, Barkley was signed by Chelsea for £15 million in the January transfer window. He was only subbed on twice in the league, leaving no impact whatsoever for Chelsea, and missed out on going to Russia for the 2018 World Cup. In the 18-19 season, unlike at Everton, Barkley was not a starter for Chelsea. Although he did help Chelsea win the Europa League and played in the final, his overall performance was not breathtaking. He scored in 3 games in a row in the first half of the Prem, but spent most of the second half of the season warming the bench. He achieved 5 goals as well as 6 assists overall that season, showing just enough quality to keep him in the squad. Although he scored and assisted 5 times overall in the 19-20 season, it started off horrifically, missing a penalty in the Champions League group stages against Valencia and contributing nothing in the first half of the Premier League season, as well as picking up a foot injury. In the second half of the season though, he basically carried Chelsea into the FA Cup final by scoring 3 goals and assisting once, but lost 2-1 to Arsenal in the final. That summer, Chelsea signed Kai Havertz and Hakim Ziyech and had Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic ready for action, leaving no more room for Barkley in the talented squad. Aston Villa signed him on loan for a season and were celebrating the transfer as Barkley scored in the 7-2 legendary battering against Liverpool, as well as gaining them 3 points by scoring the deciding goal against Leicester. And then he vanished. He assisted and scored once more that season, and that was that. He barely performed anymore after his hamstring injury and suffered criticism from all over. He returned to Stamford Bridge next season, but clearly was not wanted or needed anymore. He played a total of 175 minutes for the Blues and scored only 1 goal on the last day of the season for Chelsea, having it come as no surprise to anyone that his 5.5-year contract was mutually terminated, leaving him without a club. 5 days later, Barkley signed for Nice Football Club as a free agent, as Nice's ambition convinced him to join, along with the previous PFA Young Player of the Year nominee, Aaron Ramsey. But this season turned into another season gone wrong, being left out of the Conference League squad, starting only 9 games and being substituted 18 times with a total of only 6 goal contributions. However, his contract at the southern French side will be expiring on the 30th of June this year, and he is yet to extend his time there. Thank you very much for watching this video. See you in the next one. Bye!